There's a new number one atop Matt Snyder's Power Rankings this week. And as we take a look at 11 through 20, let's get you now 1 through 30. The Guardians claim number one and replace the Phillies, who moved down 3 spots to 4. Padres, Diamondbacks, and Royals are all tied for the biggest risers this week, up 4 spots each. Astros, the biggest fallers, down 6 slots to 14. I'm Tommy Tran. Let's welcome in Matt Snyder, who puts those power rankings together, and our MLB insider Jim Bowden in their weekly slot. Jim, of course, giving us any team news, any agreements or disagreements with Snyder. Let's get right to it. So the Guardians at number one. Matt, take us through the thought process of putting them in the top spot.
Yeah, well, I think there are clearly 5 elite teams in the majors this year, and the Guardians do have the best record. And over the past month, they've been kind of decent, but all the other teams have had really bad stretches. The Dodgers just lost 5 out of 6. We know about the Yankees' woes for a little bit until they've just gotten hot right now. The Orioles had a real big downturn within the last couple weeks, and the Phillies also badly struggled recently. So it was kind of like, okay, I guess I'll throw the Guardians at number one. Like I said, they do have the best record. They have an amazing bullpen, 2.60 bullpen ERA, best in baseball by a big margin. They don't really have any glaring weaknesses. So, yeah, I'll go with them for number one right now. I don't know that they're going to stay there that long, but they're good enough for number one right now.
I don't think I've ever seen a team on top of the power rankings in August that were 24th in starting pitching ERA, 12th in runs scored, 13 in OPS, 14th in on-base percentage. Like, how in the world? And, oh, by the way, defensively, middle of the pack. According to Fangraphs, are 11th on the defensive metrics. So how in the world are they sitting there as the best team in baseball? Well, I think Matt just explained it, right? They have the best bullpen in baseball by far with a 2.6 ERA. So they beat you innings 6 to 9 every single time. They have an impact closer in Emmanuel Clase in the 9th inning. But offensively, they're not special. But you know what they have? They have 3 stars that are carrying the offense. Stephen Kwan, the left fielder, hitting .333 with 11 homers and 32 RBIs. Jose Ramirez, the best third baseman in baseball, 29 home runs, 93 RBIs. Josh Naylor at first base, 24 homers, 80 RBIs. But 3 guys carrying the offense. The bullpen carry. It's unbelievable that, Ben Lively and Tanner Bybee are their best pitchers. Look, this is amazing what they're doing, and I think it works over 162 games. I just question how this formula is going to work when they get to October, because it's really hard if you don't have starting pitching to run the table come October. But it's been really fun to watch them. I think they belong number one on this list the way they've been playing all year, and based on their record, they're playing really well. And Stephen Vogt, has he absolutely won Manager of the Year already in the American League? I think he has. And the acquisition of Lane Thomas and Alex Cobb at the trade deadline, absolutely solid. They should help them down the stretch. I love that Cleveland's here. I just never seen a team be here at the top with the kind of team they have.
We'll see how long they can hold on to that top spot, gentlemen. By the way, they do begin a series with the Surging Snakes tonight, which we'll get to Arizona in just a second. But, Matt, let's talk about the Phillies. They were number one. You drop them down. They've only got 4 wins since the All-Star break. And, look, every good baseball team will go through some of these slumps. Is it just a slump, or is there bigger reason for concern when it comes to Philadelphia?
I think that it's just a slump. I mean, we've seen teams have bad slumps during the regular season and end up in the World Series, such as the 2016 Cubs, 2017 Dodgers, 2019 Nationals, 2021 Braves. Last year's Rangers, they had a horrible stretch in late August and early September. So I think it's one of those slumps. They have an offense that can be boom or bust. And at the start of the year, it wasn't as big of a problem because the starting pitching was going so well. They were leading in starting pitching ERA, but also innings pitched by starters. So that took pressure off the bullpen. It took pressure off the offense. Now that there's been a downturn in the starting pitching, Wheeler's been inconsistent all the way through, like an ace yesterday. Maybe he's back on track. Ranger Suarez was bad before he got hurt. He's still on the injured list. Christopher Sanchez has suffered a downturn and been bad in his last 5 or 6 starts. So they're going to need the starting pitching to get back on track. But I think they've got the personnel here. And again, with the offense and the inconsistency, Bryce Harper was something like 1 for 31 until Friday. 3 for 4 with a home run yesterday. Schwarber had a big day yesterday. Maybe the offense is back on track. Maybe the Wheeler outing yesterday gets them going. But yeah, they had a bad stretch.
Yeah, they certainly have. And look, I agree with Matt on this. And I do think they're the best team in baseball. They're just, look, when you play 162 games, you're going to win 50, you're going to lose 50. And then what you do with the other 62 games is going to really determine how far you're going to go. I think this is the best team in baseball. But, you know, if you look at the last 30 days, their team has a 5.09 ERA. That's 25th in baseball. Not good, right? And as he mentioned, over the last 30 days, Bryce Harper's hitting 177, 14 for 79, right? J.T. Realmuto hitting 211, and Alec Bohm has 1 home run, right? So, you know, Turner and Schwarber have been carrying them offensively. They're going to be fine. This is a really good team just going through a slump.
All right, Philadelphia at Dodger Stadium to start a series with Los Angeles. Same question for the Dodgers, Matt, and that includes a slump for LAD and Clayton Kershaw with a performance you'd like to forget.
Yeah, I mean, they lost 5 of 6, but then they won their last 2 games in Oakland. Maybe they're kind of starting to turn things around. They're getting healthier. Mookie Betts shouldn't be much longer before he comes back. I am still worried about Clayton Kershaw. Maybe it's going to take a couple more starts to work through things, but not having any strikeouts last time, getting knocked around the yard in San Diego, just did not look good. And without that velocity there, it's going to be tough for him to miss bats. But I do think that they're ultimately still going to win this division. They're fine. They just need to kind of weather the storm with all these injuries. And again, Mookie coming back will be a big, big help. They'll get Freddie Freeman back pretty soon. So they're probably going to be just fine. I am very much looking forward to this series against the Phillies.
Yeah, and so when you look at the Dodgers, their trade to get Jack Flaherty at the buzzer, the trade deadline was a difference maker. We saw him Saturday go 6 shutout innings. Granted, it was against Oakland, but that's how good he's been in the month of July. He's been absolutely dominant. That was an important pickup. Combine him with Glasnow, you got 2 guys at the top of the rotation you can feel good about. The key is going to be Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And he threw Saturday 20 pitches on a rehab assignment. It went really well. He's going to throw again tomorrow on Tuesday. We'll get a better feel. But the good news is in the 20 pitches that he threw breaking balls and splitters along with a fastball. Dave Roberts afterwards saying he was very impressed with that. They are expecting to get Mookie Betts back next week. That will be good news. On Wednesday, he and Max Muncy are going to play in a simulated game. So we're going to get a pretty good feel how close they are, but they're both turning the corner. Freddie Freeman may be activated today or tomorrow. They are expecting him. His son is doing much better. All the prayers are working for Freddie Freeman. Walker Buehler had his last rehab start. He was horrible. He got hit hard. He's going to have 1 more rehab start, and then they're going to activate him. As Matt is concerned about Kershaw as I am, I'm more concerned about Walker Buehler. I'm not sure either one of them are going to be anything like they were in their prime, and that's a concern. Gavin Stone has been hit hard his last 4 starts with a 5.87 ERA. I'm worried about that. But as long as Yamamoto comes back healthy, Glasnow can be Glasnow. Flaherty can pitch like he did in July. The Dodgers are going to be fine. They are getting healthier. They are the team to beat in the West. But I think you're going to have a 3-team race with the Diamondbacks and the Padres. I don't think the Dodgers are going to be able to separate themselves like we all thought back in spring training. I think we have a race. And I think, as I did in March, that all 3 teams in the West are going to be playoff teams.
So let's follow up on that, Jim. I'm going to give you the Snakes. But first, Matt, I'm going to give you the Padres.
Yeah, they look great right now. They've won 11 of the last 13 games, and it's against tough competition. They're beating up on good teams, such as the Guardians and the Dodgers. It's unbelievable the run that they've been on. And remember, Manny Machado started the year coming off injury. He was even a DH instead of playing the field for a while, got off to a slow start. He's really, really hot right now. Xander Bogaerts was out with an injury for a while. He's back right now and swinging the bat well. You cannot sing the praises of Jurickson Profar enough. He should be a down ballot MVP type guy, maybe top 5, maybe top 10. He's been amazing. They're going to get Fernando Tatis Jr. back soon. That'll even strengthen the lineup even more. The rotation is a little thin, but Joe Musgrove is on a rehab assignment right now. Just went 3 innings last time, so he won't be out much longer. And then the back end of the bullpen, they added Jason Adam and Tanner Scott to Robert Suarez. Unbelievable back end of the bullpen. The Padres look really, really good right now.
Well, and the Diamondbacks look better than the Padres, Matt. And next week, I think Arizona is going to be ahead of San Diego on your power rankings. They've had 4 hitters over the last 12 games that are just absolutely on fire. Ketel Marte's got 8 homers and 20 RBIs over 12 games. Corbin Carroll with 4 triples and 2 homers in the last 12 games. And how about Eugenio Suarez with 5 homers and 10 RBIs Jock Peterson with 4 homers and 10 RBIs. And we talked about the Dodgers getting healthy. Get ready. Put your seatbelt on. Diamondback starters are getting healthy. Guess who starts tomorrow for them? That's right. Eduardo Rodriguez will make his season debut. The southpaw who signed as a free agent in the offseason. His debut is tomorrow for them. And oh, by the way, guess who else pitches tomorrow? It's a rehab assignment. Merrill Kelly's going to go 4 innings or 65 pitches at Hillsborough. A ball for them. They're going to get both Rodriguez and Kelly back. This team is turning the corner. Even though Christian Walker is going to be out for a while, they trade for Josh Bell at the deadline. He comes over, homers in his first game there. Watch out for the D-backs, baby. The Snakes are back.
Reinforcements on the way, and Jim throwing out an early prediction for next Monday. If we get to the AL West, chance, it's like every week we know we're going to get a Monday, which means every week we're going to talk about the Astros and Rangers seesawing, 14 and 22 respectively. Matt, I'm going to give you Texas, but first, Jim, you're up first with Houston.
Yeah, I love where Houston is right now. Their starting pitching is really getting into shape, and we all know they're going to score runs and play defense, right? Hunter Brown has been on fire. His last 4 starts, he's got a 2.6 ERA. Framber Valdez, sinker, is back. Last 4 games, 2.5 ERA. And the rookie Spencer Arrighetti keeps getting better. 12 punch-outs in his last outing, 1 run. Very impressive. You say Kikuchi, I say Kikuchi, you say Kikuchi. 11 punch-outs in his debut for Houston, including 8 in a row. That was impressive. And by the way, Justin Verlander in his sim game was throwing 94, 95. They like what they saw. He's coming back. Rotation getting into shape. Josh Hader has converted each of his last 7 saves. That's huge. And we all know about the lineup. I mean, Jose Altuve's hitting 301. Alvarez is hitting 302. Alex Bregman with 14 homers. Kyle Tucker with 19. Yainer Diaz leads the team with 59 RBIs. Houston is the favorites in the West.
Yeah, and for the Rangers, it's just not there this year. We've spoken so many times about the starting rotation and how it's banged up. Well, Max Scherzer's back on the injured list. We don't know what DeGrom's going to be like whenever he comes back. Now, Tyler Mahle is coming back from the injured list, coming off Tommy John surgery. Maybe he'll help. Cody Bradford back in the rotation. Maybe he'll start to pitch like he did at the start of the year. But with all this focus on the pitching staff, we are losing focus of the fact that they cannot hit this year. It's unbelievable. They were the 2nd best offense in baseball last year, best in the American League. This year in the majors, they are 18th in runs scored, 19th in average, 20th in on-base percentage, 20th in slugging percentage. Where did that offense go? And it's not coming back. Evan Carter's not coming back this year. He's going to be out for the season. Adolis Garcia, just not right. They've had so many problems up and down the lineup. It's just not the same offense this year, and that is the biggest problem and the biggest reason why I don't think the Rangers are going to rebound.
And guys, the perennial cellar dwellers, the Chicago White Sox, on a 20-game losing streak, inching closer to the wrong side of history. Matt, is there even anything to write about Chicago at this point?
Well, we have to watch it. It's historic, right? The only teams with longer losing streaks are the 1988 Orioles, who started the season 0-21. I still remember the Sports Illustrated cover 0-18. I believe it was Billy Ripken on there holding his bat. And then the 1961 Phillies lost 23 in a row. Those are the only 2 teams that have lost more games in a row. The White Sox get the A's right now, but it's on the road. And while the A's are a bad team, they're much better than the White Sox. We could well see the longest winning streak in baseball history.
The White Sox are 30th in baseball in runs scored with 352. The team that's 29th has scored 56 more runs than them. I don't even know what to say. They're last in baseball in team ERA with a 5.5 ERA. They're last in the American League with 96 homers. And by the way, they were just as bad at the trade deadline than they are on the field. To trade 2 of their 3 best pitchers, in Eric Fetty and Michael Kopech, along with a veteran right-hand hitter like Tommy Pham, and all they got back was 3 middle infielders that are in the minor leagues. They did not get the return. And if you're going to trade 2 pitchers like that at a trade deadline, you should at least get 4 pitchers back for the 2. They got none. So they got 3 prospects for the 3 guys they traded instead of the 7 prospects that any veteran GM would have made sure they got for return. So, and by the way, when you lose this many games, what you have usually to look forward to is you get the first pick in the draft the next year. But because of the new CBA, they will pick 10th in the first round. You want to talk about a nightmare season? In my entire lifetime, I've never seen anything any worse than what we're witnessing on the south side of Chicago.
I just checked it. They have 27 wins. The next team at least has 41, guys. There's like a 14-game gap. That's how bad things are for the White Sox. Our thanks to Jim Bowden and Matt Snyder. Check out Snyder's entire list, CBSSports.com. Zach Gallen on the bump tonight. Arizona and Cleveland we talked about. Nola and Glass now at Chavez Ravine. And the Red Sox acquiring James Paxton from L.A. But the early returns haven't been good for the Big Maple. Chance to turn things around at KC with Brady Singer opposing him.